In the role of challenger, Evander Holyfield will enter the ring first, attempting to become the fourth former heavyweight champion to regain the title. Lloyd Patterson against Ingemar Johansson in 1960, Muhammad Ali against George Foreman in 1974, and then against Leon Spinks in 1978. And in the alphabet soup of the 80s in the heavyweight division, Tim Witherspoon also secured that accomplishment.
Jim, everyone who is interested in this fight knows that Evander has been saying that he fought the wrong fight the last time, an aggressive fight in the hopes that he would wear Bowe down. What everyone doesn't really know is that he was so overcome.
And behind him, the new trainer, Emanuel Stewart. For so long, such a familiar face in the sport, trainer of many terrific fighters out of his Kronk Gymnasium in Detroit, most notably Thomas Hitman Hearns, who scored a one-round knockout over Andrew Maynard on the undercard here. Here is a look at the record for Evander Holyfield. 29 wins, the one loss to Riddick Bowe, 22 KOs, but since winning the heavyweight championship against Buster Douglas October 25, 1990, Holyfield has fought 55 rounds and produced only one knockdown in those 55 rounds. That was in the title defense against Bert Cooper in his hometown of Atlanta. And here is Riddick Bowe ready now for the second.
Yep. I think
Larry,
you asked the wrong guy the wrong question.
You asked the wrong guy. That's just what I'm saying.
You know, some guys just know how to live better. They have greater imaginations.
But he tells you want to put the kitchen in the bedroom, what he intends to do, huh?
Well, it's something that Riddick wanted to do with the huge sums of money he has already earned and expects to earn in the future as heavyweight champion. Of course, Evander Holyfield would like to knock a few thousand square feet off that floor plan.
The way he's bundled up, it looks like he's coming up to the mark for the downhill skiing championship at the Olympics. It is chilly here.
That's what happens.
The challenger, the former champion, Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield weighs in at 217 pounds. Next up on the scales, the man who holds the WBA and IBF World Championships, Riddick Bowe.
246.
He weighs in at 246 pounds.
So both fighters come to the ring considerably heavier than was the case last November 13.
And here is a clue to what will happen tonight. If Evander Holyfield can throw twice as many jabs as he did last time, that will mean he's following his battle plan to do more boxing and less slugging.
Rules of the bout from our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman. Harold.
Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield will box tonight using the rules of the International Boxing Federation. 12 rounds. There is no standing 8 count. No 3 knockdown rule. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round, including the last round. Only the referee can stop the fight. And in case a cut is caused by an accidental headbutt, and that cut causes the fight to be stopped, we go to the scorecards after 6 rounds have been completed. Before that, it's a technical draw. Jim.
Its president, Robert W. Lee Sr. And here for the WBA as supervisor ringside, Dr. Elias Cordova Jr. The scoring for this bout will be done on a 10-point must system, and the 3 judges assigned at ringside will be Jerry Roth, Chuck Jampa, and Patricia Jarman. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, working for the 71st time in a world title bout, referee Mills Lane. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the site where legends are made, Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble! And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks with red trim and weighing in at 246 pounds. He's also an Olympic medalist, winning super heavyweight silver in 1988. Since turning professional, his record is a perfect 34-0, 29 by knockout victory. And tonight, He defends his title for the 3rd time. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, presenting the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Bowe.
Up to the original, it's asking an awful lot.
If it's even half as good, it will be, as 1993 goes, a memorable fight. One thing I got to tell you that's a pleasure for me about this, as Bowe comes Holyfield with 2 overhand rights to start the fight. But George Foreman, a heavyweight championship fight, Bowe all the action so far, and there's a hard right.
Bowe should never try to waste that kind of energy on a fighter like Evander Holyfield, who recovers. He gets hurt, but he recovers too much.
Bowe came in looking as though he was thinking first round knockout. A lot of right hands, one of them to the body, several to the head, and now Evander has weathered that early storm.
And you can get a first round knockout, but you got to...
Claimed he would box, said that he would stick the jab. Already, Bowe has tried to lure him into a bit of a war.
Riddick Bowe has made the awful mistake of going out there at that kind of weight, wasting that much energy too quick.
It made the first round tougher for him.
Yeah, he should forget they've ever fought before and go out there and set it all up with the left jab, win this fight on a great defense. I don't know what's happened. Who gave him the advice to try to knock Holyfield out in 1 round?
George, I thought that he hurt Holyfield early and he wanted to jump on him, and then he found out that he really hadn't hurt him, and he stepped back, and now he's boxing again.
Yeah. No, he really planned on getting out there and knocking this guy out in the first round. This Jesse Ferguson thing gave him a false sense of security.
Okay. You want to start setting your man up with the jab. Double the jab. He's counting on every jab you throw. Okay. Double your jab. Feint and stick. Either feint and stick or double the jab. And keep the pressure. Try to keep the pressure on it. Okay.
The timing is beautiful. Just keep working the rhythm. And when you get through with your punches, drop to the inside. You know what I'm saying? Push him. Get your leverage where you can use that strength. Push the big ball balance. Don't put too much on. No, you don't want too much on the last.
Let's see where... Early on, Bowe thought he had him hurt. What Bowe is trying to do is to let Holyfield know he's not going to let him box. And he thought he had him hurt here, and he's
sticking the jab. You notice, George, they used the end swell under both of Bowe's eyes between rounds. Holyfield lands a right and takes one in return.
But believe me, Bowe got the worst of that exchange.
Mills Lane warning Bowe about holding and hitting.
Holyfield has got the fight in his hand now. He's double jabbing. Everything he does, he moves first and then he retreats good afterwards.
Left hook landed for Holyfield. Bowe was wide open. He is regarded as a great in-fighter, particularly for a big man.
Holyfield is counting on a counter right hand. If he catches Bowe, he's going to drop him. Bowe should just stick with his left jab until the 4 or 5 rounds and open up with the right hand later.
That was Bowe who landed the right hand. That one missed a little short.
Be patient. Just keep that jab working. Keep that jab working.
has tuned up for this fight differently than the first one.
It's kind of weird after all these years to go to Evander's corner and listen to Emanuel Stewart instead of George Benton and Lou Duva. Right hand over the top by Bowe. I'm reminded of the phrase that Howie Long used to describe playing against Marcus Allen, like watching your wife cook in someone else's kitchen.
Riddick Bowe is allowing Holyfield to move around on his feet a little too much. He should try to disrupt that.
How, George?
Well, he's letting him bounce and get relaxed out there. What you got to do is put the pressure on him, make him fight without fighting himself with this jab. Get right to the body, that was good. By Riddick. Big eyes, they seem to swell up easy. Shouldn't try to land a heavy shot, not too soon.
Riddick not looking assertive in round 3, forgetting to double up on the jab, taking a left there and complaining to Mills Lane that Holyfield had tried to glove him in the eye. It is Evander who throws combinations. Bowe throwing one punch at a time.
Evander Holyfield is the best combination fighter of the two. Bowe is a better right-hand shot, but Holyfield is the best combination fighter. And things are going well for Holyfield at this point. Now Bowe is picking up his jab. He can win this fight with a jab if he so chooses.
If he remembers to double and triple up.
There was
these
no
gloves, there didn't seem to be any. He complained also, if you may recall, in the first fight. That looked like a clean left hook.
All the way.
Later in the round, some good inside shots by Bowe. Bowe is an extremely well-schooled, polished big man. I don't think I've ever seen a big man as polished as Bowe is.
And you see the statistical edges for Bowe through round 3 in punch count numbers. But it is Holyfield who has been more vigorous, more energetic, throwing more combinations. Bowe getting more accurate now as time goes on.
Here comes the clowning I told you about.
Holyfield leaping in and taking a right to the body, and an uppercut, and a right hand over the top.
That's the shot that Evander can't take, is that uppercut of Bowe.
When Evander leans in like this, he is susceptible to that uppercut, George.
That's right. That's the bread and butter punch for Riddick Bowe, is that uppercut.
They trade leather at close quarters. Holyfield trying to remember to go to the body.
He better remember to get out of there. You got too many rounds left to start mixing it up with the big guy.
You don't want to go shoulder to shoulder with Riddick Bowe. He is too sharp and has too many weapons inside.
And not only that, as he leans on you with that 246-50.
There may be blood beginning to emerge from Bowe's left eye. Holyfield lands a right on the target. And a left hand for Holyfield. And they swing and swing after the bell. And look at this.
Hey, these guys want to fight. I've never seen anything like that.
And there is blood above Bowe's left eye, gentlemen. And a cut in the middle of his head as well.
Two cuts.
And landed 43 of them. 61% connect percentage.
Evander's got to be real careful and not to try to work on that cut. Just continue to box.
And round 4 was a 90-punch round for Bowe, who seems a little out of gas now as the 5th begins.
Just came in a little too big around the midsection for that kind of fighter. He doesn't have a good straight punch. He wings on top, and it burns you out too quick.
And that cut in the middle of the brow is going to bleed, George. It could affect his vision as time goes on.
This is the time you go back to school. Use your left jab. Forget about a knockout. Use your left jab. Places where you just can't stop them. The jab just bounces off the side of your nose and in the middle of your face. You just can't stop cuts when they get in that area.
Short left hand stuns Holyfield and knocks him back. Evander recovers rapidly, as he always has.
I think the big mistake was to allow Bowe to go through with this fight in that kind of condition. Overconfidence will always happen with the young guys.
Did it happen to you, George, when you were young?
Yeah, with Muhammad Ali, I wasn't in shape, but I said I can whip this old guy.
Bowe may be hurt.
He is hurt.
Bowe is hurt.
Holyfield gunning.
Bowe would spend himself chasing Holyfield. Instead of going at him early this way, he has waited. And right now, he is on top in this fight.
Evander Holyfield trying to join Muhammad Ali and Floyd Patterson as two big-name fighters in the history of the sport to regain the heavyweight championship after having lost it. Jim Witherspoon accomplished the same thing on paper in the 80s, but few remember that.
You got to be real careful now with a young fella like Riddick Bowe. His corner has got to be watching this carefully. Not only can he lose this fight, but he can get his career destroyed if he loses it improperly now. Sometimes he doesn't know how to do now. Just get aggressive.
Well, he's always been aggressive, but he's never been a great finisher.
Yeah, but he goes forward and he just hit a lot himself. Boom!
Great combination by Holyfield. And another one. Bowe standing still at center ring and taking it. That right hand landed flush for Holyfield.
The way to keep your respect, Holyfield should be concentrating on it, because if he continues to deliver accurate shots to Riddick Bowe and doesn't drop him, Riddick Bowe can lose total respect and start to jump back on him real good.
And Bowe looked to the corner to try to gain some advice from Eddie Futch, and Futch was nowhere for him to see him. Hidden behind other figures over here. Holyfield banging away. Round fight. And what a battle it's been, particularly for Evander Holyfield.
The score, the fight scored so far.
Larry, I've still got Riddick Bowe on top, 4 rounds to 2. 58-56 in the points. I thought Riddick Bowe was very, very busy in the first 4 rounds. Won it on clean punching and effective aggressiveness. Certainly in round 5, Evander Holyfield turned the fight around completely. He's coming back. He's on top now. He seems to have taken control of the fight, and he certainly is banging Riddick Bowe around in the last 2 rounds. I think there's going to...
Holyfield isn't being smart. He hits a good right hand. He hits him with a good right hand, and he stands there and waits to see what he's going to do. You got to hit and move out of the way if you want to win that kind of style, with that style.
Bowe taking command right now with the jab.
Someone has said...
And somebody in a parachute has just landed on the edge of the ring, has been pulled away by security guards. The fight has been brought to a halt. There's a massive melee at ringside as this fellow with a motorized parachute, he hung himself up right on the lights, as you see there, and his body landed on the ring apron right on top of a variety of people.
This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen at a prize fight. And I've seen a few bizarre things.
Dangerous about this, it wasn't only a parachute. He's got some motorized thing on there.
It's a heavy,
up a lot of people.
It's a heavy capsule under that parachute with a motorized attachment. There could have been a propeller there for all we know, George. And if nobody has been hurt, it will be a near miracle.
I've seen blood on one hand out there.
Rock Newman, Bowe's manager, went nuts. It could be the best thing to happen to Riddick Bowe if there's a 10 or 20-minute delay, as now seems possible.
Right. It may...
As this took place, we're told that our blimp cameraman tried to alert us to the possibility that this was going to happen. That's why he was zooming in and out, as you can see here. And there it is. He targeted the ring and came right down. Well, this guy is going to wind up in the Slammer in Vegas tonight, and with doggone good reason.
What charges, I wonder?
What charges?
Yeah.
Doing an outrageous thing to get some publicity for himself.
Oh, okay.
Lighting company turning off lights now to try to prevent the possibility of fire. If Evander Holyfield is thinking about this at all...
Closer to the parachuters than we are.
She's up and around now, but she's also shaking.
And she is, gentlemen, she's in the early stages of her 4th pregnancy as Riddick looks forward to the birth of his 4th child. And we only hope that Judy will be okay. We're going to stop the action now to take a look back at the effects of what became a 20-minute delay. How did it disturb the momentum of the 2 fighters? We'll get to that in a moment. But first, a look at how the melee was brought under control eventually by Las Vegas police, only after the parachutist had been momentarily attacked by some at ringside, perhaps a couple of officials, and bystanders and spectators near where he landed. Eventually, the police got the situation under control. They're the ones who informed Riddick.
It's not a place for your family to be around ringside, especially when they're not really boxing fans. They don't know that it's going to be blood. You may get knocked out. They don't understand. And when it happens, you can discourage yourself. You start worrying about them. And that's what happened tonight. Riddick Bowe started worrying about his family.
And for his part, Evander Holyfield told us later that he worried for a while that this would redound to his disadvantage. He began thinking negatively, and it took a special effort on his part to re-energize himself to be assertive when the fight began again. Larry Merchant, you called it the single most bizarre event you'd ever seen at a boxing match. I don't think there's any reason for you to change your opinion now.
Absolutely not. First of all, of course, sitting here a couple hours after the fight, we have to think of some of the people for whom this was a trauma and may suffer some damage. We hope.
Turned out to be. Meanwhile, there was still a 7th round, which had begun so furiously and now was yet to be completed. As round 7 resumes, 1 minute, 50 seconds remain in the round.
Gentlemen, I thought that Riddick Bowe was showing signs of fatigue before. I have to assume that this is going to help him. What do you think, George?
I think so. The rest always benefit the punches. Like Reggie Jackson, you swing out, you take a rest, come back the next inning and get another home run. But for the boxer, he gets into a groove, and he has to find that groove all over again. So it can be devastating for a boxer to get such a rest.
You'll also note that there is no trickle of blood from Riddick Bowe's nose or his eye. For the moment, those cut. Now, Holyfield has looked much the sharper of the two.
And the combinations are coming real easy now.
Ladies and gentlemen, give yourselves a round of applause.
You look good. That's what I want to see, them beautiful little legs, just like you're moving in and out, okay? Everything off of your bounce. Looking good. Good fight. And we haven't even opened up yet. Keep using those great legs and keep your balance. You're in perfect position tonight. Everything you're doing, you never...
246-pound guy, and you say not as good a fighter as a year ago.
That's right. You know, Dick Gregory was surely an asset to his camp last time around.
Hard left hook by Holyfield.
Holyfield can make a bad mistake trying to slug with this big guy. The big guy's only got one chance now, and that's to land some hard shots. Why give him that opportunity?
Well, I'm not so sure you're correct, George, because remember, Harold Letterman, after 6 rounds, had Bowe ahead 4 rounds to 2.
Yeah, but I see, and this crowd sense that Holyfield's got this fight in his hand. Now, of course, we're not judges.
And we've never fathomed Vegas judges 100%, have we?
Yeah.
Hard right hand inside by Bowe. Blood trickling again from above the left eye of Riddick Bowe. And now all down his nose. And bound to affect the vision in the left eye. And Holyfield takes advantage with the right hand.
Should not try to go for the knockout. Just get the same punches without all of the extra effort. It's not going to hurt anymore if he leans in with all his power or if he doesn't. So just do the punches and get out of the way.
George, do you think blood on your opponent helps you win a decision?
Not at all.
You don't think it affects the judge?
No, Larry Holmes put blood on Evander Holyfield in that fight, and the judges didn't even pay any attention to it.
Right hand over the top by Holyfield. Beating Riddick Bowe.
Because of the courage he showed in defeat, his first defeat. Here tonight, they're beginning to fall in love with him because of the courage and the skill he is showing in trying to recapture his title.
An unmarked Evander Holyfield. 2 cuts on Riddick Bowe, one above the left eye and one above the bridge of the nose. As they begin round number 9, 2/3 of the way through the fight. Punches in round 8. Bowe landing more. Holyfield a higher percentage. Both men punching accurately.
Riddick Bowe is getting kind of desperate with that right hand now.
He needs to set it up in this fight. If he keeps throwing the jab like that for the last 4 rounds, there it sets up the right hand again. And there again.
Holyfield should just forget trying to slug it out with this guy. Hurt him and get it out of the way.
Holyfield staying in, becoming a target. Bowe starting to heat up. Now Riddick loses a little steam and paws with the jab instead of sticking it hard as he did earlier in the round. Holyfield has tended to dominate the last minutes of the round as Bowe has run out of gas. And another flurry to end the round by Evander Holyfield. And again, Lane has to keep them apart.
That was a champion's round by Bowe. He's trying to reassert himself.
We got to go from here. Okay, we're going now.
Harold, how do you have the fight now?
Larry, I've got an 86-85 Riddick Bowe, 5 rounds to 4. I thought Riddick Bowe pulled out the last round, the 9th round at the very end. I just think it's a very, very close fight. Certainly, I thought that Evander Holyfield won rounds 5 through 8.
I have Holyfield well ahead, 6 rounds to 2, 1 even.
He fought a pitched battle with a seesaw momentum. First Bowe dominating and seeming on the verge of a knockout, then Holyfield coming back. Once again, 51 weeks later, they are trading leather in the 10th.
Holyfield is doing so good when he lands 2 or 3 jabs, move out of the way, go back, he do it again.
Right hand by Holyfield.
He falls forward. He shouldn't fall forward once he does it.
Clean jab, snapping Bowe's head back. Holyfield much the sharper puncher so far in round 10. Bowe landed a right inside.
You better be careful. Bowe is trying to use every dirty trick in the book, hitting below the belt, hitting on the break, waiting for the bell to land another shot.
Round 10, a bit of a lull now. Right hand by Holyfield inside, rocks Bowe back.
But he shouldn't try to go for the knockout. Just land the shot, be content, and start all over again.
He gives Bowe a chance to come back with an uppercut of his own. Holyfield leaning forward against the major power of Riddick Bowe. That uppercut, and knocking Bowe's mouthpiece out with a left hook. Another tremendous rally by former champion Evander Holyfield.
In this fight.
What a tremendous effort by Holyfield. What a test for Bowe as champion coming up in these next 6 minutes. You would think it was Handel's Messiah here a month and a half before Christmas as the crowd chants, holy, 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 and Holyfield delivers another right hand.
Riddick Bowe has been doing a lot of bashing on Holyfield, talking about him, saying cruel things, and you'd be surprised the public just doesn't like that all the time.
To say nothing of Holyfield.
Holyfield marshaled his anger. He never went back at Bowe in those news conferences when Riddick called him a jughead and a gargoyle. He saved his ammunition for tonight.
Evander's thing.
I think Evander Holyfield has taken the polish off him.
Holyfield winning most of the exchanges at close range against a guy regarded as a terrific infighter. Bowe not quick enough tonight. Now looking more and more hesitant as he tries to find the target with time running out.
Bowe is a desperate man. You just don't fool around with desperate guys like this. There's that right hand just inches away from being on the target by Riddick Bowe.
Riddick Bowe promised his followers a knockout in this fight.
Feels up a little too straight. That's how I get him with those shots. You gotta get down lower. You gotta have this round. You need this round.
Here we see Evander Holyfield given a second chance and making the most of it. Conventional wisdom that Evander Holyfield no longer had the fire to fire back like this against a big young champion.
Lost it to Leon Spinks and took it back from Spinks in the rematch. In the alphabet morass of the mid-80s in the heavyweight division, Tim Witherspoon accomplished the same feat with one of the 3 titles. Now Evander Holyfield tries to join Witherspoon, Ali, and Patterson as the only 4 men ever to lose and then regain the heavyweight championship of the world.
I think a lot rests on this round. Holyfield shouldn't try to cruise through it. He loses this round, he could lose his chance to become part of history.
George, he's never cruised through a round in his life. He just hit Bowe with the biggest right hand of the night, and Riddick came back with one of his own.
Yeah, he tried to cruise a little bit. He better try to win this fight and not try to cruise. going for him.
And now Lane decides that it's time for Holyfield to get the mouthpiece back. So Riddick Bowe had a chance there for about 20 seconds to do serious damage. Couldn't quite take full advantage of it.
Holyfield's mistake, he waited around for one good counter right hand, and he lost that round.
Right hand by Holyfield. Stops Bowe in his tracks. Both fighters looking as though they'd like to have a knockout. Crowd rises to its feet. For the second year in a row, they fought the fight of the year.
He waited too long before he finally connected.
A tremendous finish to a tremendous fight.
It was a fight, it seemed that neither guy really wanted to end. They kept fighting after the bell was. Good right hand again.
Let's hear it, Mike. And now. Right.
Bowe was waiting, throwing shots.
And now, with the crowd still wobbly and shaking off the effects from that stunning event when the parachutist landed on the apron, with the two fighters reeling from the battle in which 4 times
Heavyweight champion of the world from Atlanta, Georgia, Evander Holyfield.
He won it.
Well, they call him the real deal. And tonight, he was all of that. Moments after the decision, Larry Merchant had the chance to speak with both the returning champion and the deposed one.
Evander, congratulations. You tell me in your words the difference at a second time.
Well, you know, my outlook now is to get home and get to church. And, you know, and be able to thank the Lord before all the people. Let everybody know that, you know, it's not I, it's Jesus that gave me.
Loses the heavyweight title, and in his 35th fight, he has his first loss. His future changes somewhat. Final Punch Stat numbers paint a fascinating picture of what happened in the ring.